Now let's get you our top story. In contest symbolic of the fierce turf war between the BJP and the regional parties, 7 assembly constituencies in 6 states will elect new legislators in Bypolls today, with Telangana and Bihar hosting 2 of the more closely watched clashes. Gargi.
That's right. In Bihar, it's a Mokamma constituency. Now, in Telangana, it's been primed for a high-stakes battle between the BJP and Chief Minister KCR's TRS following allegations by the latter of attempts to poach its MLAs with eye-popping amounts of cash. In fact, a lot of cash has been talked about in the Telangana bypoll. The bypoll in Manuguda was called after the Congress MLA there resigned and joined the BJP. The contest is largely between R.K. Rajgopal Reddy of the BJP, the former MLA, as well as Prabhakar Reddy of the TRS and Congress's Palvai Sravanti. And as we said, the Bihar election is also very closely watched. Then there's the by-election taking place in Haryana as well. And it's a prestige battle in fact, in Maharashtra as well, where an election is taking place. So that is considered a done deal. The Uddhav Thackeray faction of the Shiv Sena is expected to comfortably win that Andheri East Assembly constituency. Let's go across to Sohit for more. And Sohit, this is after, all the parties agreed that the, candidate from the Uddhav Thackeray faction would be the candidate for this bypoll.
Well, that's right. While the BJP has withdrawn its candidate, still Rituja Latke will have to contest Kadya against 7 independent candidates, and the voting for the same is today. While yes, the BJP isn't contesting the election, that's true. Day before yesterday, a press conference was done by the Uddhav Thackeray faction of Shiv Sena, where their leader has alleged that while there are people who aren't contesting the elections, they are giving notes to people to vote for Nota instead of voting for any candidate. So these are the elections that are being made at the same time while the voting is going on today. This is an important thing, but yes, this is also going to be a litmus test for the Shiv Sena Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray faction ahead of the BMC elections, because viewers need to remember that after this, the BMC election is going to happen in the next few months, and before that, the Uddhav Thackeray faction, who is in power in BMC for the last 25 years, they would like to go to the BMC election after winning this Andheri East bypoll. It would have been more interesting if the BJP would have been contesting this. But while they are not contesting, this is the first election where the Uddhav Thackeray faction is contesting on the symbol of torch after the split in their party, which we saw in the of June and July this year. So yes, an important election that is going to happen today. And in fact, this was not only the Uddhav Thackeray faction, but the entire MBA is supporting Rituja Latke, who is contesting this election against 7 independent candidates, and the voting for the same has begun today, and the result of the same is expected on 6th of November.
Right. Thank you so much, Sohit, for joining us with those details. We also have our colleague Manish joining us from Mokamma. Manish, the first electoral test for Nitish Kumar's new Grand Alliance in Bihar.
Of course, and that is why, this outcome of these 2 by-elections are very keenly awaited. Not only for the first time, it's a BJP versus RJD in both the seats, even though Nitish Kumar did not campaign, but RJD left no stone unturned, and also the BJP, almost, they did a very high voltage, campaigning in both the constituencies. But their best case scenario for both the parties is to retain their respective seat. As far as Mokamma is concerned, you can see that there is a huge turnout in comparison to the general election, because, in the by-election, generally the, turnout is low. But this time we are seeing in almost all the polling stations in Mokamma that there is a huge turnout, and this is primarily due to the reason that both the candidates, the RJD candidate as well as BJP candidate, they are using all their resources at their disposal to bring out their respective supporters. As far as Gopalganj seat is concerned, of course, there it's a sympathy versus social combination of Mahagathbandhan, because BJP candidate is a widow of former BJP legislator Subhas Singh. But there also the BJP's base case scenario is, dependent on how much the AIMIM candidate as well as BSP candidate, who is interestingly wife of former MP Sadhu Yadav, who is mama of Tejaswi Yadav, is in the fray, and it depends on them that how much they are able to cut into Mahagathbandhan votes. That will actually decide the outcome of the polling today. Divya.
Right. Thank you so much, Manish, for getting us those details. Also, Telangana's Munugode election is going to be most watched election in the history of the state, Gargi.
That's right. It's been the most watched in the run-up. Remember, it's been a big contest being called this big prestige battle. And for the first time in this Bypoll, 298 polling booths will be covered under CCTV coverage. Uma Sudhi reports.
We are inside the control room of the Chief Electoral Officer of Telangana at a time where the Munugode Bypoll, which has been dubbed as India's most expensive election, is being conducted. What you see monitors there is that for the first time, there is 100% webcasting of every polling booth in Telangana. Each of those cameras will be observed through all these screens. 298 polling booths is what we are talking about, and in real time, there is a team here which is monitoring what's happening in each of these places. And for the first time, not just 100% webcasting, but also 100% micro observers and 100% deployment of central forces in addition to the state police to try and ensure that the process is smooth, fair and transparent. In Hyderabad, with camera person Nagaraju, Uma Sudhi, NDTV. Kind of much watched with CCTV, is this kind of unprecedented or does it happen routinely?
I don't think it happened, not at least in our state. It has not happened earlier. So this time when we were trying to do even the webcasting and these cameras also.
What are the kind of numbers when you're saying CCTVs? I did notice that where these checks were happening, there were CCTVs fitted there.
We had 48 such CCTVs which were, including the one that were mobile ones. So 48 ones which are being monitored. And of course tomorrow all the 298 polling stations will be having webcasting, and that webcasting will be seen not only in the central control room of the district. We will be also having a control room where we will be able to see all of them, and we have given the link to the ECI also. They can also see if they want to. So it will be basically on air. Okay, not available for public, but it is available for yes.
Thank you so much, and best wishes for the election. So much watched election that not just Telangana perhaps, but the entire country would be watching closely.